Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the What's Happening podcast.
You almost said the wrong podcast.
We're journeying all through time and space to discover what's happening to the human race. We don't really care what's happened in the past. Welcome to the What's Happening podcast.
We're done with intros here now. We just welcome you.
I did almost say that wrong because it's Wednesday, and in about an hour I will probably be recording the other podcast.
We have no witty banter left to just start.
None.
No.
You know what? Gone. You know what took all my witty banter away? The stock market.
Oh, I was gonna say almost a year now of being in lockdown.
I feel like if anything, lockdown has made my banter and like improv better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like I'm always on because like I'm not around people, so I can be a goofball. I'm crazy, you know. But like when I'm around people, I'm very reserved. Like don't want to be weird in front of people. Obviously, like friends and stuff, that's different. But like in front of strangers, but I'm not in front of strangers at any point whatsoever. So I'm just like I can be crazy all the time, you know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I want to do. I can just do it. That's the beauty of quarantine. That's the beauty of just staying inside. You get to be you. I mean, you can be you wherever you want to be, really. I mean, there's nothing technically holding you back. I mean, you know, more power to you to be you. But, I mean, also, you just, like, you know, mentally people have hurdles that they can't get over to be themselves in front of other people. So that's something that I know I've definitely struggled with in the past, and that's something that I've been working on. But I just feel the sense of comfort when I'm at home by myself or you know, with you, but essentially by myself, because you and I are both just kind of goofballs and we just kind of do whatever it is that we want.
That just made me tired. Like, I'm tired now. I need a nap.
Wait, oh my God, can I do my Godzilla thing?
Wait, I understand what you're saying. I meant more from the viewpoint that, like, I've literally run out of things to say because I haven't done or experienced anything to talk about.
When, I mean, that's not true.
No, it's true.
I mean, we're still experiencing things, but I do understand what you're saying. I mean, but, like, what would we be talking about in a normal week? Let's call it, like, a normal before COVID week.
I don't know. Hopefully we, like, went and did something.
Yeah, but like, what would we go do?
I don't know. Just go outside.
Right, and then how would we?
Happens. A squirrel trips me, and for some reason, I'm like, "Whoa, why'd the squirrel evolve its nuts everywhere?" And then you're like, "Shelby, that's weird," and then that would be that.
Yeah. So, what you're saying is you still wouldn't really have anything to talk about.
Sure, I'd have something.
No.
I could at least talk about something more than just like, well. The sun shined in through my window. Oh, wait, it didn't. There's no sun. Shine.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Talking of being stuck in lockdown, you know what you do
Wait, can I do my Godzilla thing?
Fine.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have to.
I don't care.
No, I won't.
You can do it.
It's all right.
No, do it.
No. You're not into it. You've heard it already.
Have I?
Yeah, it's fine. So, speaking of being in lockdown, let's just run with your fucking agenda.
Do your Godzilla thing.
I don't even care anymore.
Okay. Speaking of being in lockdown.
Really? We're just going to move on from...
Yeah, we are. You know what you do a lot of when you don't own a lot of furniture? You lay in bed a little extra.
Did you do like research on why people stay in bed?
No, absolutely not. No, I've been scouring the interwebs because I always gotta keep my finger on the pulse.
That sounds like research.
Nope, of cool new products. And by scanning the interwebs, Instagram went, "Hey Shelby, we heard you really like to sleep. Would you like to sleep on this?" And I went, "You know what, Instagram? I just might."
Did you order it?
No. Oh. But I'm going to...
That's my money, damn it. And I need it now.
I'm going to propose this to you. And
you're going to propose to me?
No.
Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening on the podcast. This is what I always wanted.
You're going to tell me what you think about it, okay?
If I say yes, are we ordering it?
No. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can. Okay.
Doesn't sound like you actually want to.
No, we can. I was hoping for a really just nice wrap up. All right. Do you ever feel like
A plastic bag
Nope.
floating through the wind, wanting to start again.
Do you ever feel when you sleep
Feel so paper thin,
like your spine can
like
just
a house
never,
of cards.
can
One
never
blow
be
from caving
properly
in.
aligned? You're not letting me do my pitch.
I love that you just kept talking while I'm singing.
Sure, it
Start
sounded
over.
really great.
Start over so that way everybody can actually hear what it is that you're saying.
Feel?
Stop
Shut up.
starting with
no,
that.
stop. Just stop talking. It's part of my pitch. Have you ever experienced, while sleeping, that like your spine just can't for some reason feel correctly aligned? You're tight. You don't understand why you're sore when you wake up.
Oh,
Yeah. Can you feel it?
I'm sore.
I'm sure. Well, did you know? How would you describe this space if you were to lay? What kind of sleeper would you consider yourself? A side sleeper, a back sleeper?
This is a really
We're gonna
interesting.
call you a side sleeper. So picture you're laying on your side, right? Like so, you're laying like a plank on your side. Can you picture it? What's the space? Shut the fuck up. What's the space? Wait, shut up. Can you tell me what shape is formed between your head, shoulders, and the bed beneath you? If you were to lay like a plank. Like if you were to lay.
Wait.
What is the closest shape you can describe that would fit? You're laying on your side. And what shape fits?
Oh, fits in here.
Yeah.
Like a half circle. Like my head's on the pillow. But my shoulder's on the bed. So my neck has like space, right?
So what shape would fill in this hole?
But wait, I have a pillow.
Let me tell you about the cube pillow.
But I have a pillow.
No, shut up. The cube pillow.
You're telling me to shut up a lot, and it's funny because I always tell you to shut up, but I really don't like this.
You don't like what?
You're telling me to shut up.
Let me tell you about the cube pillow. The pillow.
Look at that cat.
Oh yeah, this is made by the most millennial company like in the world. You see, the shape, your neck sits on your shoulder. Your head sits on your shoulders. At like a roughly 90-degree angle. Like there's like basically a straight line there. So why do we sleep on like low rectangles when you have to like arch your neck in weird ways that like doesn't make you straight? And why not put a cube in that space? The pillow cube.
Is that the shape? Wait,
it's so your neck doesn't drop.
Can you just put your head up further on your pillow?
Well, the issue is they like have a video on Instagram for their ad that it's like some people try to prop it so you put your pillow on like an angle, but then you're like doing the opposite. This is what keeps your neck straight. That's the whole argument. And so they have the original pillow cube that I don't know when it came out, but it's truly just like a cube. And then recently they made the Pro, which is the size of a pillow.
Which comes with all the DLC of the original.
Yeah, it comes with the gold edition. So like this one's a whole pillow so you can like rotate if you like shift while you sleep, and you won't have to like adjust the pillow every time you move. Thoughts? After that terrible pinch.
This is only when you sleep on your side, though.
Yeah, it is meant for side sleepers.
Like if I sleep... So this is where I was going to get into, and then you cut me off.
Well,
I was about to get very deep.
My pitch, so.
I was going to get very deep because recently I've reevaluated the way I sleep. I have a very hard time, for whatever reason, sleeping on my side to fall asleep at the very least. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with my knees. Don't like the way they rest. I don't know how to like position myself.
Yeah, put a pillow in between your knees.
I don't know how to sleep. So I've been laying on my back a lot to go to sleep,
Is that why you
which probably
snore all the
causes me
time?
to snore. Yeah. Or I lay on my stomach and like prop my arm under the pillow, and that protects my neck. How are we supposed to sleep?
I don't know, and sometimes I have a fear that I've forgotten how to sleep.
I have this fear all the time with like the smallest things. And in this moment, I can't think of what else, but it's like it would be on par with like you're about to go to eat something and you go, I don't remember how to eat. And you
Yeah.
have that like panic moment.
Yeah.
And sleeping has been like the main thing where I'm like, I don't remember how to sleep.
Yeah, I have that a lot where I'm like, I don't know how I like to sleep. I don't know how to lay
So
to
weird.
make myself comfortable.
What is that? What do you think that like
Is from?
No. What do you think that like fear is? Like fear of forgetting how to do something that you've always known how to do.
I don't know if it.
Like it's almost like a basic thing, like breathing. Like I've forgotten how to breathe,
Well,
and then
I
like
think
you like
it's
all of a sudden are
because-
just like, listener, are you short of breath now because I said that? Because now you're thinking about breathing. Doesn't your tongue feel like it's too big for your mouth?
I think it's because once you've given it that thought, like for some reason you like can't get comfortable, right? Please put your tongue back in your mouth.
Help me.
For some reason,
It feels too big.
for some reason you can't get comfortable, and you're like, how the hell do I like to sleep that I can be comfortable? And then you question it, and then you're like, wait, how do I like to do anything? And then I think it sends you down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, like blinking.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever think about how like blinking's involuntary?
Mm-hmm.
You just do it.
Yeah. Why are you trying to mind fuck everyone right now?
Interesting. Now can we talk about the thing where people just lay in bed nonstop? Guilty.
Sure.
I'm having such a hard time getting out of bed. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I literally lay there for like 30 to 45 minutes. It's 30 to 45 minutes I could be playing video games. Should we talk about that? Should we talk about my video game stats?
Yeah, we can. I definitely lay in bed more this time of year because I passionately hate being cold. And so
Our bedroom's not that cold.
no, it's not terrible, but there are moments.
I think
There
that
are
is it
days
though.
where like it's like you can feel a difference, and you're like, why did I even get up? Like I would have been warm. So it's so stupid that I just got up right now.
I honestly think that is like that is probably like the easiest thing that I think you and I can point to, because like our apartment is very cold most of the time. Our bedroom typically is warm. Our bathroom's typically warm. We've gotten our living room to be warm because we've now put up a curtain in the doorway to the kitchen because the kitchen is freezing. But like we don't control our heat. So sometimes if the heat doesn't kick on for a little bit,
cold,
it gets chilly. Whereas the alternative is that in the summer we don't have AC.
Yeah, so it's easy to get up because you're hot. And
You know what? That's literally, I think that's right. Well, like you feel gross, you immediately just get up.
That's definitely what I used to do growing up.
Plus, you're not sad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it might be a little bit, but not as much. Definitely, like growing up, like at my parents' house. My parents' house gets really, really cold in the winter unless you're like right in front of the fireplace. So
in your room, especially because.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that again?
Outward facing walls. My bedroom has 3 walls that have very little insulation. So my room's freezing, so I have no motivation to get out of my bed that I've managed to warm with my body heat all night long.
But isn't your sister's room almost as bad?
No, hers is generally warmer because she's right above the fire. And the heat starts in her room. So if I bump the heat, her room turns into a sauna and mine gets okay to be in. So yeah, there's times absolutely like hers can be cold, but generally like she's literally right above the fireplace.
I get that. Yeah.
So her room's generally warmer.
I just meant because she has literally 2 outward facing walls.
Yeah, she does. But yeah, so I definitely do that all the time. Like winter at my parents' house, I refuse to get out of my bed. I hate it. And then I just move and I go lay in front of a fireplace because it's so cold. But I also, again, I passionately hate being cold. So that's just like a me thing. And I think that just carries over. Also, because as soon as I see snow, I don't want to do anything with my life.
I'm going to sneeze.
Very uplifting conversation happening.
Yeah, seriously.
Right now. It's really bumming me.
Oh, I tried to mute it.
You nasty. Mute it after you've sneezed.
That might have been a one and done.
Okay, let's stop talking about seasonal depression. So,
No, we should bring more awareness to it. If you feel sad right now, you have every right to.
You do. I just don't want to.
So does everybody else.
Don't want to talk about being sad because I am sad.
And you know what? Just remember, a couple months from now, things will be better. I mean, things won't be, but like temperature-wise, it'll be better, and it won't be so gray, and it'll be brighter, longer, all that stuff. You know how it is. You know how the months work.
Yeah? Did you want to talk about your video games?
Now, I'll talk about it on Good Game, Bad Game.
Okay.
It's the other podcast I do.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Good Game.
It was close. It was close. I need to blow my nose, so you vamp real quick.
Well, all I really... Oh, okay. I watched this documentary. This I've been really excited to talk about. I've been holding on to it in the back of my mind for... You disgust me. That felt so loud. I've been holding on. I'm sorry. Just... Oh, here comes another one. Okay, so
Very giggly episode.
yeah, I'm tired. Tired of your freaking shit. So I watched this documentary like a week ago. It's called Did you break your knee?
I just tore my ACL on the podcast. Are you standing on it?
Well, that you might be able to do.
On a torn ACL? I probably couldn't. Are you kidding me?
I watched this documentary. It is not in English, but there are English subtitles, but it is called, in English translation, it is called My Stuff, and I'm gonna butcher the guy's name who did it. I believe he's from Finland, correct? Right?
I think yeah. Well, now I'm not sure.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We looked it up. So we did 2 seconds of research. So it's called My Stuff, and the director, writer, the person who it's all about, because it was a documentary about himself, was Petri Luukkonen. I'm totally butchering all of that. Petri. I'm not really sure how to say it.
Patrice.
No, there's no S. There's no S. Fuck.
Patrice would be a C.
Oh, there's not. I'm telling you, there's nothing.
Well, yeah, no, I get that.
Anyway.
I'm just saying. You said S.
So the whole point of this documentary, I'll just read the IMDb description. And
Do you see his dong?
No, you do not see his dong.
But I'll let you read the description, but then you can talk about the dong.
You don't see it.
I know, but you can talk about it.
So Petri, I'm not sure how to say his name, conducts an experiment with his own life. He packs all of his things and puts them in storage. At first naked in an empty apartment, he only allows himself to retrieve one item per day. So it was basically a year-long experiment. Obviously, I don't need to go into all of it because he describes it, but the whole documentary was just him filming his life in a year, and while doing this like social experiment, he locked every single item he owned away in a storage locker. And when I say every, I mean like everything. Like fridge was gone. He didn't own a pair of underwear.
Which is why I was getting at, because you said that to start, he literally was naked.
Yes. Which was, I think it really just like set the, like he like went for it. He was like, why not? He kind of dove into it, was just like, he'd been having a blah couple of years, and he was like, I'm just gonna like question everything, like question my relationship with like the things I've let compile in my apartment, like whether he felt trapped, whether he was just wanting to change his relationship with his space. It was all just to experiment, like really nothing I'll say further than that. He wasn't trying to prove anything. He was just like, let's see what happens. And so
what do you think he was trying to prove?
So he literally locked everything away, and the rule was every day you could go and collect one item. So you know, it was kind of a like, he didn't necessarily go every day. Sometimes he wouldn't go for weeks and then be like, oh, well, I need 6 items so I can just go grab that because technically my allotment is like 20 or something, whatever. But yeah, he literally starts completely naked, like he had nothing, and he was kind of having to like figure out what was important and like what he wanted and all of those things. And it was it was so interesting. Like it has only a 6.4 out of 10 rating on IMDb, and I didn't read any of I read one of the reviews, but it was a positive one. And I think I felt similarly. It was just like, they basically were just like, it was such an interesting like experiment. Like that's all it was. It was someone documenting their experience, and like he seemed to have worked in the film industry, so like he seemed to have like, obviously, like it wasn't poorly filmed, but it was just a one-man show essentially. So, you know, it wasn't like a full Hollywood production, but like it was, I would say, a step up from like YouTube vlogging. Like it like felt nice, but I guess some people were mad about that. Some people were mad that he didn't talk about like certain social things like homelessness and stuff like that. But like while yes, you can like, this obviously was filmed with like a lens of his life. It wasn't filmed with the purpose of like social change or anything. So I don't really know if any of that really makes sense to get mad about in the documentary, but I guess that's where some people were upset about it.
I think it's kind of like what I was getting at when you were talking about the minimalist thing, where, you know, sometimes the way it comes across is like, oh, I'm better than you. And I think more so than anything, something like this especially just makes you, like you told me about this, right? And I go, okay, well, what would be the first thing that I would get? I didn't even really think about the fact that I wouldn't have any clothes.
Yeah,
so obviously clothes. But like, let's say we didn't give up all our clothes.
Yeah.
Let's say we kept enough clothes for like, it was like 3 outfits.
Yeah.
And let's say we kept that. That's it. That's all you have. To get rid of his bed too. What the fuck?
His first night, I'll just say the first item he grabbed. It was really funny because he had to like think like, okay, what's the first item that I need that will be the most versatile? And I think he grabbed like a trench coat because it covers your body. It was his blanket that night for sleeping. That was everything he had, was a trench coat. If like I think his brother came to see him to drop off food and he literally was just wearing a trench coat. Like that's all he had to his name, quote unquote, for day one. And it was like, then the next day you're like, what do I value more? Like a sweater because I live in freaking Finland, or like a pillow to sleep on the floor and be a little more comfortable. Like, you know, you had to make those decisions. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think about that, right? And it's like,
what would you pick?
Exactly. And you're like, that's
Yeah.
stupid. Why would I do that?
No, I just think
Why would
it's
I
so
give up all those
interesting.
things? You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm saying like that's probably why people get upset, because it challenges them, and people don't like to be challenged.
Yeah.
Challenges people to think about the way that they've been living, better or worse. It doesn't matter. You know, I think about the thing that I'm staring at right now. My PS5 would be very high up on my list. Within the first month, if I didn't have my PS5, I'd be throwing a tantrum. So, in the first week.
I was gonna say it would take a whole month.
Well, but here's the thing: you'd have to spend a day getting the TV. Do all the cords count separately or no?
That I don't know about specifically. I'm sure it depends how serious you go about it.
Let's say they don't. But I would need to get the TV. I would need to get the remote for the TV, because I think we have a stupid smart TV. Because I don't think it has any buttons on it. I would have to get my PS5. I would have to get the controller for my PS5.
At least that's everything you would
That's
need minimum.
4 days.
Yeah, so he kind
Plus
of
my router.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's 5.
And
technically I can get on without it though.
After all of that, you'd be sitting on the floor staring at a giant TV playing video games, which is
Right.
fine.
So I would need a
but
futon.
That's the situation you're in. He
I
did
would need the bed because of sleeping. Actually, I'd probably get the bed over the futon. Bed would be out here.
Definitely.
And then once I finally, months from then, get the futon, bed can go in the bedroom.
Yeah, he did kind of say stuff like that. He goes, it makes you realize like when you need more than one thing, because he waited like weeks, and he's like, well, what's the point of having a chair if I can't bring the table, and what's the point of having like he would bring up stuff like that. I don't think he like had anything like this with like gaming, but he would be like, yeah, like it doesn't really make sense to
So like, what did he do?
in terms of activity. It's really funny. They obviously most of it he just showed like him. I think it was just a lot of like him just kind of hanging out. Like I don't think he did work. Like he definitely went somewhere and worked and occasionally had to do work in his apartment, it looked like. But he said he really tried not to use his laptop outside of work purposes. He gave up his phone for like 3 months. Like he didn't have one for months. Like
That's insane.
He let that not be one of like the first few things he grabbed. But I think he did say he realized he needed his laptop for work. So he's like, I'm using it for work. That'll be it. So like anytime it just showed him in his apartment, he kind of was just hanging out. Like maybe he would read like the newspaper because it looked like that got delivered daily. And he would just like hang out basically or go see a friend or something like that. And it was really funny because at one point he goes to visit family and basically everyone made it sound like they thought he was crazy for doing this. And his like one cousin was like, what do you do? He was like, I just hang out. That's all I do. I hang out. And his cousin was like, no like what do you do? Like I don't understand. So it just seems like it definitely also questioned obviously this was filmed in 2013, so a little bit different than like 2020.
Right, because only the PS4 was out at that time.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know how much he was into entertainment. I don't know where he was to begin with any of that.
That's true.
So I don't think it was like today, if someone gets rid of all their entertainment stuff, you like break your brain. Like you're like, what are you doing with your life?
We would.
Yeah.
We would.
So I don't know, but it also again then like questions where you're putting your time and stuff. So, you know.
It's true.
I mean, he lived in a city in 2013, so like not saying he couldn't have been doing things. But in his apartment, yeah, you're just kind of hanging out.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I just thought it was really interesting.
It is.
It's on Vimeo. You do have to like pay to rent it, but it's only a few dollars. And honestly, I think it's really worth it and cool to support someone who like took on like this pretty big project pretty much all by themselves, I'd say.
You paid for it?
Yeah, I paid for it. But I just think it's really interesting, and it's just I love life experiments, like living experiments. So I think it's really freaking cool. And like, who even cares? He could have totally turned back and went back to his old, quote unquote, old way of life. I have no idea, but it was just a really cool thing to push yourself to do. And I love the way he documented it. And there's also just like obviously updates in his life. And it's just a really sweet documentary, I think. Very heartfelt, very, very enjoyable.
And he's my Finnish doppelganger.
Yeah, you guys do look a little bit similar. Just like one last comment, I have been thinking about this documentary like on and off, and I've been like, would it be interesting to like do something on a smaller scale to that? Like I was like, what if basically it all boiled down to like, would it even be a real experience at this point, because we can't leave our apartment. Like when you're confined to your apartment, what can you do? Also because like he still had to live a day-to-day life. Like he still went out with friends, he still worked somewhere like publicly, he like did stuff. So like that also put structure into what choices he had to make, whereas we don't do that. So if like say I did the exact same like test, I wouldn't have to leave my apartment until I felt I had everything I needed to leave, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not really the same. Because there's no, like, outside force, like, telling me, like, oh, you're going to need this by Tuesday. Or, like, you need to somehow make this work for something you're doing in a few days. It's right. Just, I wouldn't leave my apartment, so it's not really an experiment. But, I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. And that's all. That's all I have to say. And I think everyone should go watch it. I don't even know what the first thing I'd grab would be. I have no clue.
Well, again, if you're naked, yeah, I would hope clothing.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Probably like some giant oversized sweatshirt thing would be my first. And then my second would probably be a blanket because I would just chill in the apartment in a blanket. And then I don't know, like in terms of like outside of clothing, like I guess probably like my laptop because that's kind of how I do everything. That'd probably be it. Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting though. Anyway.
So I have a question. Was he like stockpiling days? Like
He would occasionally, yeah.
cool. I think that would be the tactic. Like
Yeah.
after a little bit of time, it'd be like, okay, I think I'm set for now. I'm gonna go day by day, and like when something pops up and I'm like, I need that, I'll just go get it, and I can get a couple of things at once if need be.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you would do.
That definitely seems like the way to go about it.
Definitely. Like
do we even have 365 items?
Yes, definitely.
Do we? Does each piece of paper count as an item?
That I don't know about, but I'm just looking in front of us, and we have a lot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Do we even have 365 items that we use on a semi-regular basis?
Oh, definitely not. And I think that's kind of why what makes you question all of it. But it seemed like he like went, obviously you went pretty regularly for the first 2 to 3 weeks to like get kind of your basics. And then yeah, he wouldn't go, he would have like huge gaps of time he wouldn't go, and he would just, I think at one point he said like, I don't want to just go and grab something every day, because he's like, I think I can perfectly live off 365 items. Like I want to, like, this is supposed to push me to like, what do I really need and what do I really enjoy?
That makes sense.
So even after putting as what can seem like such a constricted idea on yourself, he went even further and was like, well, yeah, I know I can live with just 365 items. And so like he really like definitely seemed like for the first 6 months it was like, what can I just get by with? And then maybe like at one point he was like, he had kind of a more like, my home isn't feeling like a home. I want just like a handful of items to like make me feel better while I'm here, because he didn't really have much to do. And so I think it was like you kind of saw every phase of like these quote unquote survival part of it, and then kind of the like relaxing, enjoying part of it. And at the end in like the subtitles, the end credits, they kind of listed out things he'd grabbed. And I didn't really slow it down to read everything, but I don't think he grabbed a ton. Like I don't think he grabbed a lot of things. But I could be wrong, obviously.
I definitely think I could live off of under 100 items.
Yeah. I think so as well. You're looking around taking stuff. I think it'd be so interesting. Like if we had a place to shove everything, I think it would be such an interesting experiment. But we don't have a place to shove anything.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting experiment as long as my PS5 is already out and I don't have to put that away.
Oh, like you don't want to have to like put things away and pull back out. You want to just like, well, I'm saying we could just like cut down to 100 items and make it like a year, like maybe even just like a month with like 100 items. I think that would be interesting.
I think what would be interesting is if we put, this would be crazy, if we put like a sticky note on every single thing, if we like tagged every single thing, and then once you use it, you take the tag off, and then at the end of each month, you could evaluate and be like,
how many tags
look at all this shit that still has a tag on it.
Or you like just tag what you use essentially, or
that,
and then you just like look at everything else that's been not touched for who knows how long.
That would be kind of crazy.
That would be a lot. That's why I think like when we talk, I know I've talked about minimalism now for the past like few weeks off and on, but like I don't think it's that crazy of an idea, because I think when you like really look at what you use, do you want to move the table closer?
No, it's fine, dude. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm just relaxing.
The idea isn't generally, I would say what the My Stuff documentary did, it kind of was more of an experiment. But when you're talking about day-to-day life, like living more minimally, living intentionally, it's not about depriving yourself. It's just about being aware of what you use and you don't use.
Wow, that just made me tired. That was you earlier.
Yeah, because
okay, so Kong versus Godzilla. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
If this movie, right, doesn't end with Godzilla murdering King Kong, right? King Kong down for the count, And then because
What makes you say Godzilla would win?
it's a giant lizard with magical powers.
It has magical powers?
It like shoots lightning beams from it.
Oh, I don't know anything.
King
about
Kong is one monkey.
giant ape, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we've seen this before. Batman versus Superman. So King Kong, right? Down on the ground, just dying. Like, but he's a gorilla, so he knows sign language. So he's signing Martha because, and Godzilla's like, oh my God, Martha.
How does Godzilla communicate?
Godzilla also can read sign language. He's an alien lizard, dude.
Cool.
So he realizes this and he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We really aren't that different. We should be helping each other. We shouldn't be killing each other. So then Godzilla and King Kong are like, wow, we need to put our differences aside, but we're both just like so defeated. Like we're like down to 1% HP each. And out of the smoke and the ash and everything, Mecha Godzilla rises up, ready to cash in his money in the bank and win the championship because King Kong was brought to fight Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla was the one terrorizing everybody, and that's why they were like, oh my God, but everybody didn't realize this was Mechagodzilla. Everybody thought this was Godzilla, so they were like, oh my God, we need to get something that can stop him, so let's go get King Kong. So they go get King Kong. King Kong comes, and King Kong's there, and he's all like, I can defeat whatever, I'm here, but he's signing it because, again, and so, but Godzilla hears about King Kong and he's like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? He heard about King Kong, he didn't hear about Mechagodzilla. It's fine, we don't need to talk about it. So Godzilla's like, I need to protect my city. So he rises up and King Kong's like, that's the guy, and they're like, that's him. And so then they start fighting. But Mechagodzilla it's the whole bait and switch. So they think that they're the villain, but really the villain is the friends you make along the way.
Why is there a mecha of a creature that already exists, that already was the mecha before?
I think Mechagodzilla is like a robot Godzilla.
Oh.
I think.
Who made it? Humans?
Dr. Eggman. It was Jim Carrey.
To defeat
Dr.
Godzilla?
Robotnik. We need to watch the Sonic movie.
No, we didn't.
We need to.
Oh. No, we didn't.
Okay. What else we got?
We've done nothing else. That's our whole life. I let my past 2 weeks of my brain be occupied by a documentary.
So we watched Defending Jacob.
Yeah, we did.
That was a ride of the show. At the end of it, it's a good show.
Yeah,
it's
I'd
good.
say so. I think like if you enjoy any kind of like mystery, it's really
done well.
It's not a thriller. It's not. It's just intense.
If you
would love this, I think.
you'd
love the experience of it.
If you have the chance for a free trial of Apple TV, would recommend. Yeah. However, I think there's a better show on there.
Yeah, there might be.
Ted Lasso. Oh my God. So good.
Yeah.
So heartwarming. 10 out of 10. Should absolutely watch that show. So freaking good.
It was really good.
And it was like short episodes. So Defending Jacob.
They both were. We flew through both the shows.
Well, Defending Jacob is 45 to an hour time.
Yeah, but there's only 6 episodes.
8 episodes, yep.
8 episodes, sorry. Well, I'm just saying both shows we flew through in like a little over a day each. Maybe 2.
Yeah, it was 2 days for each that we literally watched half a season in one and then watched the other half in the other, essentially. Defending Jacob was bad because we had it timed bad that we were like, it was like 2:30 and we still had one more episode and we were like, we're watching this episode.
Made the push.
We shouldn't, but we should.
Yeah. The show made me want to watch the book. Made me want to watch the book. Made me want to
just set it up and just really look at it.
I can't even say the words. The show made me want to read the book. My mom's done both. She read the book and watched the show, and she said both are very good. I had never heard of this before as a book, but
it's a fairly new one.
It's from 2012, I think.
Yeah.
So I might read it, even though Spencer and I Googled things immediately and kind of ruined it for ourselves. But I might still read it because I still think the experience would be really cool.
Get the experience from it. Yeah. So like the show tells the story from like multiple perspectives.
Basically,
Like,
every character in the family gets a
yeah,
moment.
you can kind of like see where they're at and like what's going through their head. Whereas in the book, it's just told through the father,
Andy, yeah.
Chris Evans' character. So that's like the main. That's like one of the main differences. And then they took some liberties, but from what I like read about like how the book is compared to how the show is, I honestly was like pretty okay with that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was very good. Obviously, I don't want to like ruin anything because I think the whole point is the experience of it. So, but if you have the opportunity, definitely watch it.
Hopefully, there's not a second season.
Yeah, I hope not.
There shouldn't be.
No, that needs to be a show that's just like we recognize that like
limited series.
This is just like a moment, and we just gonna enjoy it.
But this is America. You know what we love to do. So I was saying about Ted Lasso. Like Ted Lasso has the perfect roadmap for 3 seasons. If it goes longer than that, I mean, maybe it could, but like,
I mean, they basically did what Ozark did, where they were like lined it up that they were like, this storyline's gonna follow 4 to 5 years. Literally, and they're trying to do that with the show.
Literally, yeah. Jason Sudeikis' character, Ted Lasso, at the end of the season is like, okay, well, this is what we'll do next year, and then the year after that, we'll do this. Yeah, and it's like,
so they set out the plan. Yeah, which is exactly what Ozark did, basically. Roughly.
Pretty much. Oh my God, Ozark.
Yeah. But yeah, Ted Lasso was so good. It was, it is a comedy, but it's not.
Yes, but it's a comedy that everybody can enjoy.
Yes.
And it's so light and it's so heartwarming and it's just good. It's just like, it's like good content for once.
Yeah.
That like, it's not.
I don't know if I can literally look at like a big down point in the whole show.
There's nothing about that. I mean, like, there are like issues that people like have to deal with, but like, and they're real issues.
Yeah. But like, yeah, they talk about a lot of real shit in the show.
Like, but none of it like is enough to bring you down because like, well, because it's literally because Ted Lasso's character is such like a, but yeah,
optimist.
But you could always just look on this side of things.
But
and it's
even
like,
when he's not, there's always someone who's there to like pick up
so well
the
done.
Good. Yeah, it's very good. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna be telling everyone to watch it.
For sure.
I don't even want to like go into detail. Like I just like, I know normally we like start to talk about shows, but both of these are relatively new, and Apple TV in general, I don't know what their like viewing population is. So I don't want to like say anything, but
I guess that's what we'll be doing now though, is we'll start cherry picking things out of that. We want to watch the morning show and see what else they got.
Well, I mean, while we have it, watch it. Yep. Let me tell you, I have a complaint though, and Spencer already knows this. I think Apple TV's, I guess it's called Apple TV Plus. I think their site setup is the dumbest thing in the world. It actually makes me angry.
Do you think it's because it's supposed to be done through an app?
Maybe.
Let me see if I can pull up the app.
I'll give them that. Maybe it's because it shouldn't. But it's a browser. Like, it should work for a browser. There, I swear, I've like looked. There is no. I'm also so used to like Netflix and HBO. Son, it's definitely meant for the app. Oh, wow. The app. Okay. If you have.
Wow.
It is meant for the app 100%. It's set up so much better just from what I can see right now. I swear the web browser does not have a search feature. I swear. You can't stream it from your computer. You might be able to from the app.
I'm guessing.
You can only AirPlay it, which not all TVs have that yet. And not all TVs love Apple products.
It looks like you can like watch, if you have Apple TV, it looks like you might have to have the app.
Yeah, I do think so. But like,
it looks like you can watch like
an Apple TV.
Huh?
I said, who has an Apple TV?
I don't know. That's true.
I don't know anyone who has an Apple TV.
It looks like you can actually watch the first couple episodes of things to see. Let me see the morning show.
Oh, like they let you kind of preview it?
Yeah, it looked like Ted Lasso. I could watch the first 2 episodes. Same with the morning show. That's kind of cool. You can really test it out and see like, oh, am I going to like this?
Okay, well,
Should I buy?
I guess if you have an Apple product, download the app and use that, because the web browser is the most infuriating thing I've ever used in my life. I was getting mad about
Mark
it.
Duplass is in the morning show.
Who?
He's one of the creators of Room 104.
Oh.
It's him and his brother.
So yeah, Browser
Anyway.
sucks, but use the app if you can, because that was a very frustrating experience.
Yeah, anyway.
For something that, like, I mean, it's from Apple. That should be a seamless, beautiful experience.
Apple
and
is
the
always...
website is just shit. It's I'm not saying it doesn't look nice. It looks nice. It's not user friendly though. It's like there's no
Maybe
searching.
you're just not doing it right.
No, me as the user is
Maybe
allowed
I
to
should
make
give it a try.
complaints. Yeah, I think you'll figure it out. Wait, if you just hit the button an extra couple of times, I think that'll make it work. But
Just try hitting the button. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me try.
But yeah, browser sucks. Which again is just frustrating for an Apple thing. Like, you're supposed to be like the user friendly
Platform.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Word to the wise, get the app. But yeah, I think so far 2 out of 2 good shows. I've really enjoyed. I'd recommend them to other people. So hopefully they keep being good ones. It is just disappointing because, like, again, I don't really know the viewer base of Apple TV.
Well, I think, again, you need to basically have an Apple product.
Yeah.
To even, like, think about it.
Yeah.
But they do, I guess, if you get a new Apple product, you do get, like, a free year.
Yeah.
Or it might be phones only or something. I don't know, but still.
And I think it's any, that's why we have it.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, so that was our last. That's all we've done for the past 2 weeks. How are you feeling overall? How have you been lately?
No, I'm good, dude. I'm fine. Whatever. Okay.
We're gonna do a check-in at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, we haven't really been able to, like, well, obviously we can't really go anywhere.
It just keeps snowing.
But also, yeah, like, we couldn't even, like, we, like, did, like, a dumb drive a couple weeks ago. Couldn't even really do that because it's been snowing and the weather's just been kind of poop.
Yeah, and they're basically calling for snow for the next 2 freaking weeks.
Yeah.
Pissed about it.
So we haven't really been doing much in that sense even.
You know.
Haven't taken the car anywhere. The car.
Yeah.
The car was smart park.
Yeah. Sad.
But yeah.
We need to get out of town and go elsewhere. But yeah, so I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
I don't got anything else.
You can follow us on our independent socials, as well as watch this podcast on YouTube if you wish at SM Squared. And follow us, or, you know, rate whatever you do for podcasts. We're on
You can rate us on
everything.
Apple Podcasts. Everywhere else, the best thing you can do is just share.
Yeah.
I believe Apple is the only one that has a rating system.
Yeah. Share with a friend who might like it, who likes to hang out every other week. That's our new song.
Should we just, honestly, like, what are we doing here? Should we just turn this into a movie and TV show podcast?
No. Because I don't think I know how to talk about movies or TV shows. Anyway, so you can find us everywhere.
Mike and I are going to make a subsidiary of the Good Game, Bad Game podcast called Good Show, Bad Show.
I like that. That'd be good. Thanks so much for listening and watching. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.